If you'd like to be among the 1% of the folk who matter in this society, then you have to be willing to do the things that only 1% of the people are willing to do. My name is Jacinta and I'm still work in progress. My lesson today, I will teach you how to be wiser beyond your years. Number 1. You have to get direct experience any way you can. Wisdom comes from doing, not from reading books or attending seminars or listening to audio programs in your car or in your commute to work. See, being wise is like learning how to swim. You can't really learn how to swim by reading. You have to jump into the pool, into the deep end. That's how to be wise. That's how to learn. Those things like reading might make you smart, but they will not make you wise. You need to run the gauntlet of genuine experience. You need to make mistakes, to travel outside of your comfort zone, to get lost in foreign countries, maybe break a few hearts, and definitely have yours broken too. Let me ask you, do you need to read more books about other people's adventures to go have an adventure yourself? That's what's sharing. I think you need to write your books instead. Okay, number 2, you have to speed up your unlearning curve. Learning is mostly for kindergarteners. If you want to become wise beyond your years, try forgetting a few things for once. Just beware. Unlearning is a painful process for most people. First, because it requires mental flexibility in an age of terminal certainty. Secondly, because it threatens your ego's power. Third, because cognitive dissonance is brutal force. And finally, unlearning is painful because it activates the change process. And the last time I checked, most people still hate change. If you want to become wise beyond your years, consider unlearning the following things: dangerous prejudices, outdated desires, false interpretations, inherited biases, outworn assumptions, previous definitions, useless fears, and stale scripts. Remember, any idiot can be smart. It takes a real genius to unlearn. And I ask you this: what mental constructs do you need to let go of? Number 3, you have to walk the wise, then record the footprints. Hanging out with a bunch of wise people won't make you wise. Unlike the poison ivy, wisdom isn't something that just rubs off because of proximity. The secret is to ask questions, listen closely to people's answers, document your learnings, and ultimately decide for yourself what you believe to be real and true. Otherwise, you're just an advice leech, and the wisdom handed down to you will fall on deaf ears, shut eyes, and a blocked heart. Number 4. Take advantage of unlimited and instant access. Contrary to popular belief, the internet does serve a purpose besides pornography and online gambling. I'm talking about the democratization of information. The fact that you can find things out that there's no possible way you could have known at your age is a beautiful thing. Imagine past generations actually had to wait around until they experienced things to learn them. You can speed up your learning curve dramatically simply by becoming an avid researcher. And although nothing can replace direct real experience, the web is a nice placeholder. My only caveat is to triangulate your research, to validate every fact from 3 credible sources. This helps protect yourself from the worst part about the internet, which is everybody has a voice, and some of those voices smell like farts. Be careful who you listen to. Number 5. Intentionally put yourself in situations that force you to grow up quickly. My cousin interned as a village doctor during his second year at medical school. My friend spent 4 holidays selling charcoal. My boyfriend moved to Tokyo without knowing a single word of Japanese. My mentor took the hardest, lowest paying job at his father's plumbing company. And me, I started this channel knowing nothing about media, just following my passion. Never stepped into a media school. Everything I know about media, I have homeschooled myself. Notice the commonality? All of these situations were intentional, risk-laden, out of our comfort zones, and chock full of opportunities to depend on our own resources to survive. Nothing will dispense wisdom quicker. Now, here's a question to you. How much longer can you realistically suffer from Peter Pan syndrome? Number 6, be the world's expert on yourself. Someone once wrote, he who knows others is smart, but he who knows himself is wise. What about you? What do you focus on? Memorizing the names of Brad and Angelina's 14 Cambodian children, or knowing what makes your heart sing? If you want to be remembered as being wise beyond your years, claim expertise on one domain, yourself. Otherwise, your vast knowledge of everybody else's business is nothing but empty calories. Like the song Wasting Time by Jack Johnson, nobody knows anything about themselves because they are all worried about everybody else. Don't be that guy. No matter how tempting the gossip trap looks, instead focus on knowing yourself inside out. The people who matter will notice. Number 7, use your past to see your present. A great mark of wisdom, well internalized, is the ability to see the old version of yourself in the people around you. But not with a judgmental posture, no. Rather than with a calm and curious intrigue, reminding yourself of how far you've come. For example, when I sit next to people in matatus whose actions are hurried, violent, stressed, frustrated, and oxygen deficient, it always makes me smile. I think to myself, wow, that used to be me, but I'm so over that right now. Again, this isn't said with arrogance or smugness, rather with celebration and recognition of wisdom you didn't recognize until you encounter a person who practiced the opposite. Number 8, you have to start teaching earlier. Stop waiting for permission to be a teacher. You don't need gray hair, you don't need a degree, you don't need a chalkboard, and you certainly don't need a twist blazer with patches on the elbows. A teacher is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. The willingness and ability to share what he's learned from what he's done. What's more, teaching is an attractive role. It means authority, it commands credibility, and it indicates expertise. The challenge is finding your classroom. Fortunately, the meaning of the word classroom has evolved. In the past few decades, especially with the advent of numerous online portals, you now have thousands of potential classrooms at your fingertips, both online and offline. For example, your classroom might be lunch with your friends. It might be the break room at work, or it might be the dinner table with your children. Online, your classroom might be on your blog, it might be on your Facebook page. The bottom line is there's no better way to learn something than to teach it to someone else. Do that every day and wisdom factor will skyrocket. Number 9, learn to trust your voice. I recently did a 5-hour video shoot. During our lunch break, Timothy made an interesting comment. On camera work is a completely different animal than public speaking. You have to be quick on your feet and good off the cuff. The problem is most people don't have the confidence that when they open their mouth, something good will come out. What about you? Do you trust your voice? If not, consider these suggestions for doing so. First, write every day. Doesn't have to be much, just write. 15 minutes is enough. You will discover 2 things. Writing is the greatest clarifier, and writing it down makes everything you do easier and better, including trusting your voice in person. Second, practice. Debate yourself, drill yourself, challenge yourself. Anything to acclimate yourself to articulate your thoughts clearly and quickly. Ultimately, trusting your voice takes time, patience, and practice. And here's the best part. One day, 2 years from now, in the middle of a conversation with your boss, you will pull a one-liner out of your ass. That's so incredibly lucid and insightful, he'll wonder if you accidentally slipped on a dictionary. You will give new meaning to the term wise ass. Are you prepared to sign your name under your voice and let the whole world know how you feel? Number 10. Establish your learning plan. I can't tell you how much to do this. It all depends on how you think, how you learn, what you need to learn, and how you want to learn it. One more thing. Growing up doesn't mean growing old. That's the only caveat. To make sure that your pursuit of wisdom doesn't eclipse your practice of childlikeness. Because the last thing you want is to position yourself as the precocious young genius that doesn't know how to have fun. Be sure to keep your inner child in check. Otherwise, all the wisdom in the world won't do you much good. You will end up like one of those annoying, hyper-articulate child actors that people are tired of by the time they are 12. I'm looking at you, Hallie Joel Osment. Remember, being wise beyond your years isn't about the years themselves. It's about what happened during those years and how you reflect upon that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope with those 10 pointers, you're going to be wiser than your years. And please remember to subscribe